Here we go. Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? We are very, very, very happy that you are here. And we want to tell you this is What's the Story with Maria, which is a show on Armed Radio. So armeddigitalmedia.com. Armed Radio is our mother station. And I've asked my guests to share it. So that's what they're doing now. So I'm going to tell everybody, here's the best way to do this. If you see our show pop up on Facebook, go to the bottom, scroll, and hit share. And it's going to go straight to your page. And then it'll be going at the same time. And that's it. And then you can turn down the sound on that.
And of course, I screwed up immediately.
No, I think you got it.
How did I do it?
I think you got it. It's running now.
Now I can share
Now
it?
you just, it's already sharing, I think.
I don't know.
I think it is sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So now just turn down the volume. And then you get down. All right, let me see. I'm going to help you. So this is, anyway, here's what we have going on. We are teaching people how to share our show. If you see it live, share now.
Oh, wait, now I see
instantly. And now it is going live. There you go. So it should be on your page now. And if not, we'll do it at the end of the show. But this is one way to do it. Sure, friends. Okay. So now just turn down the. Oh, let me see.
I don't think I did.
So it's all right. We're helping each other. This is what we do. We help each other. Share to a page. Share to a group.
Helping each other.
Share now. Yes. All right.
You got it?
Now,
all right.
Just turn down the volume.
Got it.
Okay. So sorry about all the crazy. We are trying to share to our guest pages as we do the show, so that way it helps people on your page. Your friends can see your show as it's going live. Okay, Julie Cesario has joined us. Corinne Lyon has joined us. You know Corinne.
We love Corinne.
Oh my God, Steve Lorenz.
Love Steve Lorenz.
Suzanne Mason, Manny Soto, Jason Peck, Kenny Green, and Beth
Oh my
Parker.
God, I love
we love Kenny Green.
Green.
Did you see the show with Kenny and Yvette? Oh my God, you have to go back. And
I was at Marie's Crisis 2 days ago with Kenny Green.
Chuck and I, hi Chuck and Chuck Santor.
I love you, Kenny Green.
All right, we have so many nice people. Jeffrey Campbell, I think he might have joined us in the beginning.
Okay.
If he did, Jeffrey Campbell and Stephen Albello are my great friends. They always watch the show. And it's Jeffrey's birthday today. I love Jeffrey Campbell, and I wanted to say happy birthday, Jeffrey. Oh my God, look who's popped on. Dave Downs.
No.
Joe.
No. I have a carnal reaction to Dave Downs. I know. He is Kate Greer's man, and I love Kate Greer, and I respect Kate Greer. But that does not mean I can't have a carnal type feeling for Dave Downs. And I'm very glad he's here.
Carnal,
that was one of my requests. It's carnal. I'd be lying if I didn't say it was carnal.
Listen, I love it. Dave, did you have any idea? Well, you guys, I said you have a bromance when Kate was on the show.
Do.
I love it. And Kate said she doesn't mind sharing.
Because she knows I would never overstep the bound because I love their love. That's part of my love for him is the way he loves
She's
her.
very generous, Kate.
Yeah, she is. She's very sweet.
Talented.
We love Kate and we love Dave.
Is Kate here?
So I'm sure.
Yeah, she's probably together with
Who knows, though? Who knows?
Who knows?
Joe, where's your crown? He said. Dave said, Joe, where's your crown?
Well, it's early in the show.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Kevin O'Connell has joined us. Hi, everybody. Ed Kutu has joined us from Blade Salon in Old Westfield, Connecticut. My friend.
Nice.
Yes, from high school. We were talking about, when we were just sitting around right before the show, we talked about nostalgia a lot. And all three of us are big fans of nostalgia and knowing people for a long, long time.
Going to reunions.
Yes. And
planning them.
Keeping in touch with them, making sure that you connect with them.
And how important that is. And it just
What was your most recent one? I went to my high school's 35th.
Well, I've only once been to a high school reunion, which was like way, way, way back, only because I live here and it's just hard to get time off. But I recently went back for our chorus, our Spartan Chorale chorus. It was like over 20 years of people, of alumni came back to raise money for our old high school arts department. It was fantastic.
I saw photos of it, by the way. I was
my God. And I love it. I love that, Joe. I love that.
Well, you didn't know my name.
I love when you get together with groups of people who may not have been part of an academic world or just groups that you knew. Like
that cared about you, that knew you in a different way.
Yes,
Penny James has joined us from Penny James Salon.
Wow.
Penny James Salon, which is in New York City. I believe it's on 60th Street, right? Penny, type in your address again, please.
She named the salon after herself.
Yes, because she is.
Her salon.
Penny James is the draw.
Of course.
And Penny's going to be on the show in 2 weeks with Gregory Patterson. It's going to be a beauty and style show.
Penny, it's even more exciting when you're here in this room.
I know.
No idea.
Well, I can't wait.
What you
and
don't
she's
see
British,
is major.
so she's fabulous.
Oh, she's international.
Julie Angelina has joined us. Hi, Julie. Julie is from Australia, and she has a show, and she cooks on the show. While she's doing the show, she is cooking. And you know what I love, Julie? You're also eating. She's beautiful. She looks like Gina Lola Bridget.
It's reminiscent of your show, by the way.
But except
she
that
inspired you.
I don't know. We were doing it simultaneously. What did they call?
There's Penny's address.
Okay, thank you. See, Peter is a doctor of education, so you see that he noticed. 30 East 60th Street, Penny James Salon. Go and see her. She is my trichologist. And now, what is a trichologist, you say? It's not just a hairstylist. It's someone that makes sure you maintain your hair, or if you don't, if you want to regrow your hair, or you want to make sure you keep the hair you have strong. So
I knew that.
You did?
I'm a doctor.
Well, because right.
See, but I didn't know this. I am not a doctor.
I'm only a bachelor's.
Jeopardy category too. Probably.
Oh my God! You know what? You should be on Jeopardy, Pete.
Well, about that.
He would do very well in the drama category.
Absolutely.
Very good musical theater.
I'm not really good in science.
You're not?
No, not
Wizard of Oz. Big time.
How about sports? Not so. I could.
I'm not too bad in sports. I don't play, but I have good knowledge. Yeah.
Well, if you go on the Millionaire Show, I could be your call-in. I could be your call a friend, phone a friend for sports.
He does mention sports.
I almost got into Millionaire.
Did you?
I took the test. I passed the test, but they didn't like me.
What do you mean they didn't like
I don't know. I have no idea.
Don't you keep trying. Don't you give up.
I wasn't selected.
You were too famous. They were regular people, and you were Peter Iannello.
I looked a little good that day.
That's what it is. Judy Jerome has joined us. She's been on the show.
Michael Barbieri.
Michael Barbieri. Oh, my God.
People we know from a million years
ago.
Yep. All right. Anthony Castellano, is that your final answer? There he is. You know,
he did.
You know Anthony Castellano is an amazing actor.
Interesting thing.
What?
He just did my monologue that I wrote.
What?
I submitted it to a theater company. They accepted it, and he was cast to do my monologue.
Does he know that?
First person. Yes, he does.
Anthony.
He did it already.
Oh my God!
Who just popped up?
Who did?
Trisha Gallagher.
Oh, is that your
person?
We love her.
Glad you're here, Trisha.
Third floor.
I'm gonna watch my grammar for you.
Here, I have to talk about how you two met.
Yes.
And then Okay, so I know you both because you're friends of my friend Jerry Diefenbach. We have a mutual friend. He's an amazing musical director, and we love Jerry.
Very, very much.
Very talented, amazing guy. We've all known him for over 20 years.
He sort of brought a lot of us together. In a way, he brought us together, which makes no sense when you tell the rest of the story.
Okay, no, I want you to tell the rest. So I've known you through Jerry.
Right.
And I thought you guys knew each other just through Jerry, but how did you two meet?
We should have met in the Bronx, where we're both from.
Okay, so
in adjacent neighborhoods. So the likelihood was large that we would have met.
Right.
Then we should have met in the cabaret scene, like in the downtown,
going around in school. Really, high school, college, because we kind of knew all the same people.
We went to different high schools.
Isn't that crazy?
Right.
Then we went to the same college, but never met.
Right.
You both went to Fordham, but never met.
Never met.
So you're spinning in same circles, but you're not
running around the gay scene.
And how did
I'm a little older than Joe.
A little bit.
So that's probably why we didn't see each other in college too much.
So how did you finally meet?
I got a job in the public relations department of Fordham University. It's my first job out of college.
Wow.
And I went and I sat at my desk, and a week later, this man walks into the room, introduces himself, and we learned then how much we knew about each other's lives. We knew many of the same people. We're from the same neighborhood, basically. We're both Italian.
Wow.
We were both young and musical theater queens, running around, going to the theater all the time. And it's a legendary friendship.
I know.
Beautiful. It's not a fake out. I love him.
Many times I see you guys together, or I think of you. That's why, when Pete. Okay, so here's one of the reasons that I wanted to have Peter on the show, but then I decided to have them together. So I don't know if you guys remember during the Easter season, because we talk about food on the show a lot. Elvira Federico had joined us. Hi, Elvira. She's from Boston. She's my friend. So she, I'm saying Pete did this great thing where as you get older, sometimes people in your family don't cook what they used to cook anymore because they get older.
Yeah.
And a lot of the recipes, they start to die out. So I'm looking on Facebook and Peter posts that he's making pizza rusticas. I'm like, wait, my mother used to make that.
And my grandmother.
And my grandmother, but my grandma's kind of she's older now. She doesn't make them anymore. My mom's been gone for 9 years. So, and I got so nostalgic, and I thought, I have to order these. And you said it earlier, not only did he make them, but
I deliver.
He is a very, very busy person.
Yes.
He has a major job in the Board of Ed.
Right.
He does cabaret shows in the evenings. He has a major life, and yet he's home making many.
How many did you make?
This year, I made 47 large.
47 large.
And I made 40 small.
Now that handmade.
And delivers them individually.
Yes.
So that's 87 pies.
Pretty much.
That
With
you
about
made.
80 to 100 pounds of cold cuts and cheeses.
If you want to see Peter and you haven't, just order Pizza Lustica.
That's
He
it.
will come to you
Well, I'm already,
anywhere you are.
Listen, so as Easter approaches us next year,
Yes.
just go to Peter. He's going to be tagged on his Peter Iannello's page,
Yes.
and you are going to order some delicious pizza.
Absolutely.
Now that he's been on
I
your
have to
show,
do a shout out, though. I have to do a shout out.
Please.
For Joanne, who's my high school student.
Oh.
Who we're friends years
Oh.
later. I went to her wedding 33 years ago,
That's
and I'm
beautiful.
going to her daughter's wedding on Friday. I'm so excited because she invited me. But a reunion, right?
I love it.
Reunion.
I just-
Joanne's
nostalgia
theme
show.
is reunion. Yeah, it is.
Joanne,
Joanne.
her, and Trisha Gallagher's on there saying again that we all went to Fordham.
We did.
Different
Oh, you
Fordham.
all went to Fordham. All right.
Right.
So
She went to Spelman too.
this was something we were talking about. You know, like the thing about
I went to
getting
her wedding.
a lot of people have a lot of, as they get older, they start to get really down on themselves. I am the opposite. And people say, oh, well, you're in the business. You should change your age, or you should,
Right.
tell people you were born a different year. Why would I give up my history? So I'm someone that never wants to give up my history. I
Same.
love when I was born. I love all the music of that era.
Me too.
And Pete, I want to talk about your cabaret show very soon, because when you sing, you bring me back to that time.
Aw,
You
thank you.
really do, and it's that energy of that
What's
time.
fun for me about him is that he's a modern, intelligent man. He's of the time, but when he sings,
You
he's
go back
definitely of that crooner type of 50s
doo-wop.
guy, and it's in his blood. It's
Yes.
just very naturally
thank
him.
you.
No, it's true,
Mhm.
and I go back there,
Yeah.
and whatever I'm doing, I think, oh, I love this.
Well, the whole point of doing any kind of entertaining or show is just to bring people together so that they can have an hour of
Yeah.
fun. They can remember when times were better, when they had a good time in their life. So when I go back and do my 50s male idol medley, everybody's crazy. They love
I
it.
love
They
it.
think
Some
it's
people
great,
are
you know.
learning, though. The
That's
younger
right.
people
The
are
younger people
learning.
are
But the younger
But-
people love it too.
Yes.
Yeah,
When
absolutely.
I learned a lot about music that was before my time from listening to my grandparents and parents and uncles and aunts.
Yeah.
It was stuff that happened before I was even born, but I learned to love this music and brought it into my adult life and brought it into my shows.
Yeah.
And as a teacher, I like a lot of times people that I like my students, especially my adult students, are like, how do you know all these songs? Because as a kid, I listened to everything that people were playing.
Yes.
And it's always about educating yourself musically, and always
For me,
artistically.
though, it was the cabaret scene. My
Okay.
parents had albums, and I liked their old music or whatever. But when I entered the cabaret scene as a patron, you guys sing at the places. It opened up a whole world of these older songs and the
Yeah.
way you did them, and the way you were like kind of my age doing the same thing.
Right.
That was you guys
Yeah,
inspired me.
We were in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s,
90s.
mid 90s. And the music we were singing was 50s and
Yeah,
60s
right,
and
right,
70s.
exactly.
I never would have
So-
been doing that
Right,
if it wasn't
exactly,
for you guys.
Exactly.
But it's
Speaking
true.
of you, God, I love the way you perform at the,
Oh,
at the
thank you.
downtown places
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
It's fantastic.
Thank you, honey. And you know
How
what?
long
I
have you
still
been
love
doing
to-
that? If you
Well,
don't
I
mind me
mean,
asking.
I've lived here almost 30 years
Okay.
in New York, and I've been performing since I think my first year that I moved to New York. I started doing cabarets, and then I got into Tony and Tina's wedding, which we have to talk about.
We have to talk about.
Oh my God.
We must.
And then I started working in cabaret steady in the different clubs, and I have been doing that since 1998. So I love, but I was doing it before that in Boston. So I was working at this great place called Romy's Quarterdeck, which some of my Facebook friends might remember. It was in the North Shore of Boston in Danvers. It was this amazing place that now doesn't exist anymore. And you become family with these people. Cass.
Yeah.
You become family.
Of course.
And we would do 3 reviews. Was also like my boot camp.
Yeah, it sounds
We
like
did 3 shows a night. I worked there for 6 years. We did 3 shows a night, reviews, and we changed reviews every 3 months.
Okay.
So you had to learn new things all the
yes.
time.
Right.
And also there was just so much going on then. I mean, that was so many of those people are gone now, and they're because the late 80s. We don't know what happened in the late 80s.
Oh my God.
But boy, did I learn from these men and women. It was just mind-blowing what I learned.
What you've been doing when I go lately, when I've seen you at the downtown places, I go there and I notice you add after your songs this patter that's very inspiring and very life-giving.
Oh, thank you.
And those speeches are quite beautiful, by the way. I always think she's just kind of doing that to like fill space, but then you really go there and people get it's a lovely thing to hear.
I love it.
You know what it is?
It's a weird place to do it.
But
don't you admit?
as I'm getting older, that's happening. It's like I can't even stop it. When I was younger, I was just a big goofball.
That's what it's like.
Right.
But as you get older, you start to realize things and you want to tell people about them. You know, like I just find myself, even as a bartender, sometimes saying things to younger people that just blurt out of my mouth. Like, I'll just say, stop with the drama. It's a waste of time. You're going to waste years down. And they look at me like I'm looking into their lives. But it's just because I've been there and I know. So I'm trying to save you the trouble. It's just
Although we didn't listen to one person that tried either.
No,
I know.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially our parents, and they were right every time.
And my mom's listening right now.
All right. So. Okay, so I want to say hello. Isabella Raskowski is really my cousin Marisa Raskowski. She hijacks her daughter's Facebook page. Hi, Marisa. Marisa is fabulous. She's my cousin. Lauren Reinhardt has come on. We want to say hi. Now, Gina Savino is my cousin. When she comes on, you know what we do, right?
What do we do?
Clap. Gina Savino! Hi, Gina!
Welcome, Gina.
Gina comes
She's been waiting for you.
Gina, where have you been the last 2 weeks? She's a hairdresser at the Joyce's Unisex Salon.
She didn't name the salon after herself, like Penny.
Right, but her sister is Joyce.
Well, okay. So it's one or the other.
132 Ferry Street, Everett, Massachusetts. Okay. So Anthony Castellano says, like the ARP Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, yeah, he loves that routine. I do. Well, about the I didn't want my ARP card when it first came. I don't know how they know you're turning a certain age. But now I realize that every time you go to Dunkin' Donuts and you buy a coffee, you get a free donut if you have an ARP
card. I don't know this.
Yeah,
I don't know this.
Funny, you save a year.
I've been throwing them away, but now that's a reason to stop. I love it.
No, it's only $14 a year in the benefits.
Okay.
But to die.
All right. It's amazing. I'm a member.
I'm in.
Proud member.
Thank you.
My cousin Donna just came on.
Where's
Donna?
She's up there. She scrolled up.
Donna
Maria Cuomo. Love you, Donna.
Hi, Donna Maria Cuomo. Hi. And Kate Greer. Oh, my God.
Kate Greer saying, because I can't say.
I don't know if you know, but Dave Downs has already been on.
Yes.
Yeah.
She knows.
She knows. Yeah. He checked in.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk of Joe. Let's talk about, and then we're going to go back to Pete's show.
Of course.
But I want to talk about, you have a lot going on, and let's talk about it before.
I mean, I sort of just won a major award.
We'll
and I'm happy to say it like in that braggy way because it's not just my award.
It's a big deal.
No, it's not just my award. It's my award. It's my director, Brian Rarden's award, and my cast award. We won.
Is it audience Brian Reardon from Tony?
Do you know him? Oh, yeah.
I love that. That's your director?
Yes. We have to talk.
I love Brian Reardon.
He's my director.
Oh my God, he was our stage manager. He is on point.
I know that. He's my director for all my shows.
Oh my God, Brian, I had no idea.
6 Degrees of Joe.
If he's watching right now, we should say hello, but we have to discuss our tour.
Yeah, we have to.
But Brian and I and my cast won the Downtown Urban Arts Festival Audience Award just 2 days ago.
I can't
Gay Porn Mafia, my most recent
show. Is the name of the show, Gay Porn Mafia?
Gay Porn Mafia. Yeah.
It's a comedy?
It's a collection, yes.
Okay, so
it's a collection of...
And there's no nudity.
Well, there's a lot of skin.
But
more than usual.
Okay.
Yes.
But is it a spoof? Is it a...
No, it's not a parody. It's 5 of my short plays that have won awards across the country.
Okay.
They all really shouldn't be in the same play, but we sort of finessed them into an evening of theater.
So how many plays have you written?
Many plays now.
Okay, see?
Yeah, over 20.
That's a big deal, right?
No, it is.
That's a really big deal.
I'm very proud.
So of over 20 plays, they've taken different vignettes?
Well, the ones rise to the top. Like you submit, and then you find out the ones that people are responding to, all different festivals, all different theater companies around the country.
Wow.
And I've done pretty well. And so the ones that are sort of rose to the top, I took those 5, I put them in one evening. It was a risk.
Yeah.
And we sort of filled in between. I mean, it is individual shows, but there's little moments in between that sort of knit them together a bit. And it really worked.
Wow.
And you really got the award, of course.
I won the award.
Yeah.
And
coming back very soon, by the way. So that's
where can we see that?
Well, where we did it, by the way, was at the New York Live Arts Theater, which I had never heard of as a native New Yorker.
Is that the one at the Nowhere Theater
in
downtown?
Chelsea? No, it's in Chelsea. It's a state-of-the-art, gorgeous theater, major, beautiful, large theater.
Okay, I don't.
And we are going to be doing. I don't want to. Malocchio, we're Italians.
No,
we don't want to do the Malocchio. But meaning
that means curse yourself.
We don't want to curse it.
We're very superstitious Italians.
Due to the award and popular demand.
Speaking of Italians, Maria Filiumani has joined us. She's very Italian.
My
Margaret Curry,
partner of 26 years.
Who's that?
That's Nick.
Nick Rosa.
That's my partner.
Oh, wonderful.
26 years.
Hi, Nick.
We love Nick. And he always wants to be in the show, as he says himself. Yes.
I love
now he's in the show.
Now, now also I want to talk about the show you did with Kate Greer.
Well, that was an autobiographical play about my experience living in Rome. It's called Garbo. Nothing to do with Greta Garbo.
Okay.
But it was a bar I went to in Rome when I lived there. And I had an unrequited love affair with the owner for 3 long years.
Wow.
That's a whole other weird thing.
And so Kate's an amazing actress.
During that time, I had a confidant. Every day I'd speak to an Irish lesbian.
No.
About what was happening not happening every night. And this person became an important person in my life. So when I left that situation, ended up back here in New York, I wrote a play about the experience. So one of the characters is an Irish lesbian who lives in Rome.
Wow.
And Kate Greer came in 2 years ago to audition. We had many people auditioning.
Yeah.
It was an equity production. She walked in and we're like, oh, she looks the part. And you know this because you're friends.
Yeah, I love her.
I mean, her talent. And you saw
she's so talented.
Her talent.
Right.
And we were blown away.
Yep.
And so
I got to meet Cherry Lane, right?
Cherry Lane.
That's a huge deal. Cherry Lane Theater.
It was a major
thing. If you don't know, if you're tuning in from out of New York and you don't know, the Cherry Lane Theater is a wonderful theater that's right in the heart of the village, in a very old part of the village.
Yeah.
One of the original
streets, charming side
Commerce Street down there, and you have to know where it is, and the gems that
it's a quintessential off-Broadway theater.
Yeah.
It was a dream of mine to ever do anything there, and so to have that realized was major.
Wow.
And I say none of that with any sort of
Do you remember the first time we went to the Cherry Lane?
I'm sure it was with you. And
Kate Greer just said you won the audience award for Garbo too.
I did.
Oh yes, he did.
I did.
That's a big deal.
Thank you, Kate Greer.
And wait, you just won so now you have 3 shows that have won the audience?
I did a trifecta with the Downtown Urban Arts Festival.
Oh my God!
That just ended. Yeah.
So okay.
So I'm just back from Northern California where I did Faggy at 50.
Faggy at 50. You heard it right.
Well,
Faggy at 50.
Yeah.
I mean, and I didn't know you were gay.
Trilogy. But you didn't know, but now you know.
I know.
You didn't know my name either, how to pronounce it.
Okay, so we're gonna go back. Here's what's happening here. So I thought it was Jula because I thought someone had said it that way. So I'm like, okay, it looks like Gula to me, but I guess maybe he pronounces it Jula. Okay. You know, everybody's got their thing, right? Yeah. So I say Jula on the first promo. And
I was excited, by the way, because I was
very nice
on your show. I'm like, this is my moment. I see the promo every week for your show, and I'm like, I'm going to be on the show now. And then Peter Ianola, which is kind of a complicated name. You said it perfectly, melodically, and then Joe Jula. And Joe the Jula.
And that's it.
I can't put this on my Facebook because no one's going to know who that is.
All right. So then I redid it.
Yes.
Redid it, and I said Jula. I mean,
Gula.
Right.
Which is the common mispronunciation.
Right.
So you're getting close.
Well, if we were in Italy, that would be the way we pronounce it.
That's true. And my grandfather hated that, but you're right.
Okay. Yeah. So then we're doing a sound check tonight, right? And I tell Jimmy, who's our producer and engineer, I spell his name, and he goes, "Oh, Gullah." And he's like, "That's it. That's the way you say my name."
Exactly.
So it took Jimmy Bell, an Irish guy, to say your name correctly.
Then we passed by your polenta in the kitchen, and you said, "I'm glad I know your name is Gullo now." And I said, "It's Joe Gullah."
I couldn't get it right. I couldn't get it right.
But the amazing thing is that you got Ianello right.
Ianello
with 8,000 vowels, 2 L's, 2
polysyllabic.
Because it's Italian. I can read the Italian.
Exactly.
Anyway, now I will never get it right. So it's Joe Gullah. And Joe, if people want to see your stuff, where do they go to find it?
I would like them to go to my website, joegullah.com, but also I'm big on Twitter.
Okay,
so let's use that mechanical thing that's going to lower itself up.
Okay, so
that's my Twitter.
At Joe Gullah, JoeGulla. That's how you find Joe Gullah. And then joegullah.com if you want to go to his website.
Exactly.
And there's always something going on.
And if you want to see those shows, just let me know, because as soon as I have ticket links, I will send them.
Right.
Absolutely.
Who wouldn't? Right.
And
very good at that.
He's got to be good at what he does. You've won awards, and people love you. You are very well loved.
I'm trying my best. We're artists. Isn't that we all have in common?
Yeah, but
here?
sometimes when people are really good at what they do, they can be not so nice people either. Because I've heard that about a lot of people. But you're not one of those people.
Thank you.
All right, so let's check in with our people. Janet Betta has joined us. Gregory Patterson has joined us.
Who is that?
Oh my God, who is Gregory Patterson?
I need to know.
He is going to be on.
He sounds cute.
He's adorable. With Penny James in 2 weeks from tonight.
Of Penny James.
Of Penny James Salon.
Right,
yeah.
of course.
So Penny James and Gregory Patterson, who is also famous in the hair business. He was the hair person for Project Runway.
Well,
yeah.
Yes.
But he's my friend. That's who he is to me.
Is he on there
he's
right now?
He's a lovely human being.
I have a connection at Project Runway.
Oh my
God. Is he
God.
here right now on that screen?
He's right there.
Oh, okay.
Gregory Patterson.
I know Melissa Haro. So if you want to write back and tell us if you know her, because she was one of the first models on the first season.
Oh, really?
And I'm good friends with her. She's lovely. A lovely young girl.
So he must know
Gorgeous
her.
girl.
Christopher Crosby has joined us. Marie Barisi has joined us. David Downs is saying.
What's he saying?
You know Marie?
I know Marie.
Oh, that's
Marie.
Peter's Marie. All right.
What's David Downs saying?
Joe, we know you are a great writer, but Joe, were you the construction worker or the leather guy in the Village People?
Well, no, I mean, if when Dave Downs sees Faggy at 50, he will know I'm obsessed, as you are,
Absolutely.
with David Hodo, the construction worker. So I would never put myself in his category. So if I had to choose, I would
Do you
say
know
who
we see all the time is the Indian? No, the
Jim Newman, who's the new
cowboy.
cowboy.
Yes.
Randy
I like
Jones.
Randy Jones.
Oh, Randy
He's
Jones.
very
Original.
nice. He's a good guy.
Like
And he'll take pictures with everybody.
He's a good guy.
I'm obsessed with the Village People, and I admit it.
They were pretty
that's
cool.
a really important
The Village
moment in my
People were
life.
pretty cool.
Yes.
So I have like a very quick connection.
Yeah, please.
One of my very, very best friends in the world dated the Leatherman.
No.
Yep, for about
The original Glenn?
Leatherman, Glenn,
Okay.
for about a year and a half, and
Wow.
went on tour. I think he was about 18 when he dated him, and he
Wow.
went on tour all over the country.
Really?
Yeah.
With the Village
With the
People?
Village
I know
That's a
Peter
story to
31 years and never heard that story.
You know what?
and I
I
dare
keep
not
that-
ask the name
I
right
keep
now.
that.
Oh,
I keep
okay.
that story quiet, but we're among friends.
No,
So
we are among friends. But you know what's so crazy about the way the world goes? Let me just mention this, and then I want to move over to what Pete's doing. And the Village People. So when we were coming of age,
Right.
We knew what the Village People were. The Village
Yeah.
People, it meant Greenwich Village, and Greenwich Village was where you could go and be yourself.
Right.
And the Village People were these like pop-up, almost cartoonish figures that were in the village, and they each took on a role. But who embraced them even more than anybody? The straight community.
I know.
Because their music was so much fun.
It was.
And to this day, if you go to any party, what do you hear? YMCA,
Yes.
Right.
in the Navy.
all the time.
All
Which
this
is so
stuff.
ironic.
Seventh inning at Yankee Stadium when they clean the.
It is
the
funny.
thing,
What do they
do
play?
YMCA.
YMCA. And everybody dances. And every wedding I've ever gone to, YMCA. Wow. So you know what? Listen, it's just to me, this is a wonderful world that we're all part of, and we all contribute to each other's lives.
Oh.
And I feel like this is a perfect example of we should really stop fighting and think we're on different sides, because we're really not. What brings us together is music and food and friendships. And that's really what we should.
But what you're really saying is the Village People unite the world.
They kind of
And
did.
really, they are the answer to all
They
world's
embody
problems.
costumes,
costumes.
right? Fun, music. And hotness. They were hot.
Carnal, David
Right.
Downs oriented type of
I
carnal.
liked the car.
And anybody in a hot tub with Valerie Perrine is okay with me.
Oh my
I'm
God,
not-
she was great.
I mean, seriously.
Right?
Valerie Perrine.
Right.
Valerie Perrine.
We can't talk about her enough. But
No.
yes.
So anyway, we just wanted to put that out there.
Yes.
All right,
I
let's
agree.
switch over. Oh, so Tamika has joined us. Hi, Tamika. I just directed her cabaret debut, and
Oh,
she was
lovely.
amazing.
Where?
Downtown.
Downtown.
At
Love it.
at
Love
the
it.
Duplex
I
Grill.
love downtown.
All right, so anyway, listen, that's where the action
That's
is.
where
Downtown.
Exactly.
I'm telling you,
I
that
know.
little corner of Sheridan Square,
Yes. Downtown.
that's where it is.
Yeah.
So when all those songs, downtown, that's what it's about.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. So now, Peter, let's switch over to you. You are, yes, we know you're a director of education. We know you work for the Board of Ed, but you are also a great fun, wonderful, meaty singer.
Oh,
when you
thank
sing, there is like substance to it,
Resonance.
right?
Resonance. And that's even, I mean, yeah.
So Pete, where's your next show going to be?
So this is exciting because I haven't done a full-scale show in probably about 2 years. But this one's going to be at Don't Tell Mom is in early October.
And that's on 46th Street
On 46th,
between 8th and 9th.
It's actually called, it's going to be called My Circle of Friends.
Oh, I love that.
Which fits our theme.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And the whole idea is really about everybody who comes together in different walks of life and different phases of life that really just touch you here and there. And whether it's a one-time friend that you meet and you have an experience with them,
I love
or you
that.
have friends that you've been friends with for a long time. So that's basically the theme. But it's not as serious as I make it sound, right? Because most of the things I do are upbeat and funny,
Yes,
and comical.
Yep.
So we have 9 songs already done and selected, and 7 of those.
Have you started rehearsing already?
We have started rehearsing.
Wow. And Jerry's your musical director.
Jerry
right?
Diefenbach is my
Yes.
longtime musical director.
We love Jerry D.
30 plus years.
Jerry D.
But like Maria said, by the way, your stuff is getting richer. Meaning,
Yes.
it's not that it wasn't great in the early days, but now you do get the fun. Your voice, by the way, has never been better.
Yeah, I agree.
But-
It's strong.
But when you go to those evenings, you leave with a feeling it was a theatrical experience.
Yeah, but also, Pete, when you take the stage, there's so much of,
Garbage.
okay, yes, you said it. And there's also a lot of unfocusing, whatever. I mean, if there's a better word for it, but people are not present.
Masturbatory.
They're not present. You take the stage and you take it. Yes. And when you sing, everybody stops and listens.
It's beautiful.
And I love it.
And you leave like you're part of the family, which sounds so cliche,
No,
but you do.
But that's what
we get that already because we're Italians doing that thing.
Italians, we
But
love that. We
people
go to
come
weddings,
into it.
we sing along,
Yeah.
we go to a lot of musical things. Music is a big part of being Italian,
Right.
big part. And, dances, my uncles and aunts, they went to dances every week.
Oh my God.
When they were younger, that's where they went. They
My
went
mom
to the
did that.
social clubs and they danced.
Right.
So, all that stuff. And you bring that era back, which I love.
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, we're going to do some. It's going to have a little twist to it. I can't really give you the twist because then
No, don't give it away.
It's a surprise. But everything I've done in the past with the male idols and the 50s and 60s and the 70s stuff, and I had done a whole thing on TV theme songs. We're going to kind of bring it all back together, but in a very different way. And every song,
How cool!
Every song is brand new. So we've never.
Oh, so it's none of the ones that you've done before.
It's nothing we've ever done before. Everything is brand new.
Something.
It's a lot of work to do something brand new.
Yes, it is.
But you know what? It's absolutely worth it.
And you're going to feel so good. I just want to stop for 1 second. My cousin Kathy Roberti has joined us. Hi, Kathy.
Hi,
she
Kathy.
Just recently got married. She's a sweetheart. And Michael Klein has joined us. David Downs is laughing. Look at him laughing.
He must have said something
diabolically.
Okay.
Michael Klein has said, hi, Maria, Kate. All right.
What's his name?
Michael Dundon.
Oh my God, I know Michael
Dundon.
Dundon. He works at the school I teach at.
I dated Michael Dundon.
Well, he dated him.
He's a cutie.
A very old and dear friend. I love Michael.
We love Michael Dundon. So at the Male Performing Arts Center, I'm one of the teachers there, along with Darius Frowner, and John Bronson now teaches there, and Henry Kapersky, and so many amazing people. Teacher Dana Graber, but Michael Dundon works in the big office and is a bigwig there. So I love running into him because he's got he hugs like nobody else.
No.
You hug Michael Dundon
and his voice.
Michael Dundon.
Yes.
He knows this. His voice.
He is a quintessential Irish tenor.
It turned me on.
Yeah, Michael, we love you. This is the Michael Dundon fan club.
Yes.
Lynn Colbert.
Lynn Colbert, Kendrick. Went to high school with Lynn.
Oh, how cool.
What is she saying? Because I can't
She's saying there are cross sections of humanity.
I think that's she might
talk
be
about the village people.
Well, they are.
You know what?
Thank
You're
you.
right.
True.
So Michael Dundon. Krista Piero has joined us. Hi, Krista Piero. He's my friend. Okay, so Jim Bell says, Viva l'Italian. Yes, thank you, Jim Bell. He is our producer tonight and engineer. You heard
that guy that just spoke to us, just wrote to us?
Yes. How cute is he?
I used to think he was in the room with you. And
Jim, you have fans here because they thought that you were in the room with us. They were
wanted to meet you.
Jim is great.
Now I can. What's John Haddad saying?
John Haddad is saying gula.
Well, he's making fun of you.
Yes.
Yeah. That's nice because nobody.
It's all right. I can handle it, John.
I think Chris Shapiro might have dated Michael Dundon.
Oh,
Is
no,
that
he's
what he
actually
said?
straight, but I don't know about
Oh,
Chris
see, he
Shapiro.
says I dated him too.
He might have. Chris was my co-host last week with the Yankee show. Oh, he's the best. And he was in Tony and Tina's for years.
Well, let's do that. So wait, here's
Okay,
what I want to
so
know.
go ahead, talk about this.
You arrived in New York
In
and you
1990.
auditioned- 1990.
And I auditioned in 91, and I was
And
hired.
it was in Greenwich Village.
Greenwich
then.
Village, that company.
Right.
I
And
worked until 98.
I want to
6
know
years.
you because I'm going to guess.
Go ahead.
I believe you entered as Donna.
No, I
you
actually, I was one of the
Blacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the family, the caterers.
Yes.
I was, and I
The
understudied.
last name is Black, not
Yeah,
to confuse that being weird. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I understudied all three bridesmaids.
Right.
And so I had my own role as one of I can't remember, Nikki Black.
Nikki Black,
Maybe.
who was the one that understood. Yeah.
Maybe it was
Does
Nikki
that.
Black. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And then I understudied all the three bridesmaids plus the nun
Right. Love it.
plus Loretta, which I loved.
Yes.
So I eventually got bumped up to Marina Galino, and I played Marina Galino.
Which is funny though, because she's kind of nerdy, and you're
She
not
is
nerdy at all.
But it was fun to play her.
I'm sure.
It was really fun to play her.
And then
I
you
used to
stayed
burst
as
into
her?
tears all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, and I stayed as her. But I used to, as her, also understudy. Then if Connie was out, I would bump up to
I
Connie.
can see you as a Connie.
Yeah, Connie I loved.
But isn't it funny how life imitates art? Right?
Yes.
Because Maria understudied the three bridesmaids, which
Yeah.
actually goes on in real life because we have so many Italian people who throw the bridesmaids out.
That's
that
true.
The next
You
person
need-
has
you
to
need the
take,
bonus
You need that backup
It's
person.
true. You know what? You're right, Peter.
Absolutely.
That was, see, Doctor of Education.
Always
Bring
bring us
us
together.
connections.
Like the Village People, he brings us all together.
Now listen, Chris Shapiro is also a filmmaker. I just posted his.
I saw.
It's an
stalking
amazing,
you.
very funny
Yes.
movie. You'll know a lot of those. A lot of them are Tony and Tina actors, and he's always making new
He
movies.
played Tony Nunzio.
No, Chris played Dominic.
Okay. Oh,
He played
Love Dominic.
Sal. He played. Who else did you play, Chris? You played a lot of people, but Dominic a lot.
I could see that.
Yeah, and
Yes.
he started off as one of the caterers as well.
I love it.
But he's amazing. All right, so Carlos
I was the
Hernandez.
gay character, by the way.
You were the gay character.
Yeah, I was.
So you were Joey.
I had to
or
really go
Joey's-
outside.
Joey's boyfriend,
Not
Rick.
the boyfriend. I
Rick.
was Joey, but
You were Joey.
I had to play gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know
You
that
played
was
the gay guy.
hard for you to.
All right.
I'm an actor.
I just went
I-
there. You played the gay guy.
I
That
played
was
the gay guy.
right.
Okay.
Just
Gullah
fresh.
played the gay. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
My name.
Because now Jimmy's
she's-
voice is in my head
it's
when
in
he
there,
said
that's
Gullah.
it.
Jeffrey Campbell. It's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday,
Jeffrey. I love Jeffrey Campbell. He's one of my dear friends. He's
He's
one
Jeffrey
of the
Campbell.
nicest human beings, and he plays piano like a dream, like classical
Anyone that
piano.
does that does.
But he's an
talent.
accountant because you know
Well, he's
Pay the bills.
he's fine.
pay the bills. But
Right.
he is amazing. And Richard Koch was on the show. He's an amazing photographer.
Oh, I know.
Remember?
I know. Oh yes,
He was
that's
on
how I know.
Gay.
Him. That's why I know him. Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So a lot of great people. Yeah, and then I went on, and I only did Mrs. V that one time, Chris.
I could see you being Mrs.
Only
V. I
one
was
time.
going to
Talk
guess
about
that.
reunions. Years later, like 20 years later, my friend Chuck Santoro. This is such a great story, and I'll tell it quickly because I don't want to run out of time. But his dad, who's Charles Santoro Sr.,
Okay.
his dream, he's an insurance agent from New Jersey. But
Okay.
his dream was to play Mr. Nunzio,
Okay.
who gets to like
can
hang
see
out
that.
with,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
you know, the sexy girls and stuff,
Yeah.
and play Tony's dad. And that was his dream. And Chuck was in the show. He played Sal, and he was one of the caterers.
Right.
And so Chuck's always wanted to give that. He's like, I wish I could get my dad in the show. So what he did for his dad's 70th birthday is he went back and he hired all of us. And because I was older now, I couldn't play bridesmaid anymore, so I
Right.
played Tina's mother,
Right.
Mrs. Vitale. And all our friends came together and we surprised Charles. So what Chuck told him was like, Dad, guess what? We're doing Tony and Tina's for this special thing, but we don't have anybody to play Nunzio. The guy got sick. So he had to go on.
That's a beautiful gift.
And what happened was, which was so amazing, it still makes me want to cry, is when he came down the aisle as Mr. Nunzio, he
With
looked
the
at the
process.
audience, and it was all his friends from the Navy, from
Oh,
high
wow.
school.
Nice.
For talk about reunions. So that's what he gave his dad, the gift of being in a show and inviting all his
That's
friends.
a thoughtful,
Wow, that's nice.
beautiful.
Is that
gift.
amazing? Though that was
Incredible.
Chuck Santoro. So Chris Shapiro was there at that show, and Chris is in all the shows. He's amazing. Chris does
He was well
everything.
moisturized last week. When you
And
went.
actually, in September, I'm going to go to Italy. Judy's taking me to Italy. I know.
Wonderful.
And I said, oh my God, I'm going to miss my show. But Chris DiPiero for that Tuesday,
Okay.
which is, I think, the second Tuesday in September.
He's hosting the show.
He's going to host my show.
Very nice.
He and probably Silvana Mastroli are really funny, great Italians. Anthony Fett has joined us. Okay, so with your permission, I would like to segue to our food.
Yes.
Which
Absolutely.
is the section of our show is called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. All right, so here we go.
Let's do
Now, first, I have to tell you, we'll get to that in a minute. So what did I make today? I'm very proud of this meal. Look at how beautiful that looks.
It is gorgeous.
A lot of people
Gorgeous.
think that this is not real food. It's fake food that
Yeah.
This is so I have a ton of it in the kitchen, but this is just my display plate.
Beautiful.
This is sausage, sweet sausage with basil, the kind that looks like a little tube
Yes.
that goes around that you get it handmade. The sweet basil sausage, and then I bought some hot sausage and cooked them all together with some balsamic vinegar and red wine and spices and red peppers and onions. And then this is polenta. Let me show you. This is one of the greatest things I learned. When I was a kid, my mother used to stand by the stove for hours on end making polenta, right?
You have to stir it.
Stir it and stir it and stir it. Now what they have at like Trader Joe's is you can buy it in a tube, right?
That's right.
It's already cooked. All you have to do is kind of like heat it up. So what I do is I sear it. I put oil, olive oil in the pan, just a little tiny bit. Then I get sun-dried tomatoes, and I throw them in the pan
Love that.
and get those going with some garlic, and then I sear them on both sides. And then after I cut them into medallions. So these are medallions of polenta with sausage, and my Uncle Joe, who was a Bruzzese, he was married to my Aunt Anna. They used to make these big polentas on a table. I don't know if you guys ever did
I've
this
seen
before.
it that
I've
way.
seen it, yes, absolutely.
It's such a, because you made the pizza rusticas, and this was such a rustic thing to do. If you're Italian and your family did this, he would get like a big board, right? Like a big giant board, put it on the table. We would make the polenta hours stirring, and then they would dump it on this table, on this board, and then it would start to harden a little bit.
Yep.
And then he would get like this string and cut it.
Okay.
They would cut it with the string in like strips, and he had this gorgeous Italian sausage, like just that they would make at home, and then they would cut that so you'd have sausage and polenta, and it's one of my favorite meals. And I just haven't had it in years because Michael Joe used to make it. So that is what I made tonight. Now, I also made a delicious
mista.
You know I love this. So I have Boston lettuce because I was thinking about my Uncle Joe. Boston lettuce. You guys are Italian, so I could put onions. Most of the time, I can't put onions, people. So the Bermuda onions.
You'd be upset if it wasn't there.
Exactly. You have to have onions.
Who would not put onions?
A lot of people don't want onions, but me too. And then the little cucumbers, and then red peppers. But wait, this is just for you. Finocchio.
Oh.
Finocchio. Okay. So
thing.
Finocchio, what it is it sounds like Pinocchio. It's an Italian vegetable that's you see it in stores as anise, anise, or it comes. That's what anisette is made from. It's like licorice.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes,
it's licorice. It's like celery with like a licorice flavor. But the reason, so it's kind of a not the euphemism for being gay. Italians, when we were growing up, they'd say, "Oh, yo, he's a Pinocchio." He would say he's a Pinocchio, and you know what? I asked my mother. I'm like, "But what does that come from?" Because the Finocchio, it spoons itself.
Yeah.
So what it is like it's like celery, but it's like it folded over and then folded over and then folded over. So she's like, it's kind of like two people hugging. It spoons. That's where the Finocchio comes from.
Finocchio, Peter Ainello, and the Village People bringing
everything together. So that's why, there's always a theme to everything. I pull everything out.
Do you want to hear my Finocchio story?
Yes, please.
My mother.
You have a Finocchio story. I love that. You see?
My mother, when she was pregnant to me back in the early 1960, she had this wooli. What's a wooli?
A desire, a craving,
right?
a wooli.
That all she ate was Finocchio while she was pregnant.
Oh, no.
That was like the biggest thing that she would eat all the time. So, of course, today I can't get enough of it.
Isn't that crazy?
I have a nostalgic, that's a better story.
And only Italians know
My grandmother would always give me a piece of Finocchio at the end of the night, and I felt very adult to have my Finocchio.
That's right. Do you know why she gave it to you?
Just to clean my palate?
Yeah.
No.
Breath.
It's digestion.
Oh, okay. She did.
Which really doesn't help me because I have the worst digestion.
Oh, me too. Me too. Because I eat too much. So if you don't know what this is, it's Finocchio. is if you go to an Italian market, it looks kind of like celery, but it's a bulb, and it's got these things coming out. And then you slice it, and you can just eat it plain, which is amazing because it has a licorice flavor to it. It's good for digestion, but it's also good for your breath.
Yeah,
that's why you eat it at the end of a meal, because it kind of like gives you this fresh breath. It's off the hook. But it was what the old Italian ladies used to say if they thought someone would say, I think it's a finoc. And then I asked my mother. She was like, because they spoon.
Yeah,
and that was it. So anyway. That's why I threw the Finocchio in, and I didn't even know you had a Finocchio story, Peter. See? How did I know that? Now, also, very special, Joe, I do love Joe, but you had a rider.
I had demands.
And the demands were that Dave Downs
be present.
Be present. And then he said, I have to have M&Ms, but I don't like the blue ones. So I had to separate the M&Ms today because I was like, I love Joe. I don't think he's going to get upset. I did mispronounce his name twice. On 2 different promos.
2 times.
Yeah. So here I am. I hope I made up for that.
Fantastic.
Okay, thank you.
Love it. And as an apology for my insistence.
No, that's what
you speaking brought. Of grandmothers,
what you brought.
I brought the cookie that my grandmother always gave me after the Finook.
Show it on the show.
It's my favorite. I went to the Bronx.
As a Finook.
And I got, as a Finook, who had Finook, I went and I got my cookie. I mean, I don't mind saying the name. It's the Morris Park Bakery in Morris Park. They didn't ask me to say that.
No.
This cookie.
No one asked us to say anything. And we say it because we want to
hold
the cookie, and then we have a little cannoli
in there too.
Now, Chris DeBiro loves cannolis. Okay.
How good does this look?
Oh, my God.
It's
Are you kidding me? Look at this.
Cookie.
We are 3 Italians right now. 3 amigos.
We're eating it now. We're not going to pretend to not eat it, right?
Well, you can if you want. I'm going to save it for after.
I'm going to save mine for after.
Yeah, because I want it after something salty. But eat it. You don't have to. But that is really good. I might have to.
They're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
He
is your friend.
He doesn't want me to be alone.
He doesn't want you
to be alone.
How could you have it in
Peter, you're a good guy. All right, so Jeffrey Campbell says, we're late, but we're here. Stephen and Jeffrey. Jeffrey, I hope you did something fun for your birthday, and I hope we can go out for your birthday this week and celebrate it properly. Jeffrey's one of the kindest, most wonderful people, as is his guy of 30-something years, Stephen. They're great people.
Beautiful.
Dave Downs, let's eat what's on the menu. Dave, I just showed you. Because Dave, by this time, starts to get a little...
I notice that every week.
I love that, though, Dave. Thank God for you, because you prompt me into the food section, which is, go ahead, keep eating.
There's Helene.
Who's Helene?
Helene Ryan. Talk about reunions.
Yes.
Grammar school friend.
No.
Grammar school friend. My great grammar school, Sacred Heart Private School on Tariga Avenue. We know each other since
I went to Catholic school too.
1965.
No. So you went to Catholic school. What were the schools you went to, Peter?
Sacred Heart Private and Fordham Prep, and then Fordham University.
Okay, and I went to St. Anthony's on the north end of Boston, and then St. Clement's in Medford, and then I eventually I went to public school because I didn't have a Catholic school when we moved, but it was okay. And
Our Lady of Solace, Cardinal Spellman High School.
Our Lady of Solace, I love that. In Cardinal Spelling High School.
Cardinal Spellman High School,
yeah.
And Fordham University.
So we are 3 Italian Catholic kids.
Exactly.
Right? Did you know that I was the vice president of the CYO?
Oh.
Catholic Youth Organization.
Well, yeah.
I
was a Eucharistic minister.
No. Yes. I love. Were you an altar boy?
Of course.
How about you, Pete?
I was not an altar boy because we did not have a parish to our school. Our school was a private school. Yeah. Sacred Heart on Tariga Avenue. We had to go to Santa Maria down the block.
Oh, my God.
We made our communion there, our confirmation there, our graduation.
Well,
it wasn't... We were the stepchildren down the block, but we were
accepted. Yeah. Oh my God.
We loved it.
I gotta tell you, people make fun. I loved going to Catholic school.
Oh my God, me too.
And we got such an education. Like, shout out to Catholic schools, really.
Yeah.
And even more of a shout out to our parents who were poor and worked 2 jobs. My parents worked day and night so they could send us to Catholic school.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And when I went to high school we moved to an area that didn't have a Catholic school, so I went to public high school. I was so far ahead academically, and I know it sounds like, but I'm not bragging. It's just that we had a different academic standard. That when I got there, they said, actually, you've kind of taken everything that we needed. So I could take electives for the last 2 years in English. Electives. How cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you to the Catholic schools and all the, I had some really fun times there.
Another tidbit on Catholic schools.
Yes,
I
please.
still, believe it or not, you know the story. I still keep in touch with the nuns
I knew
who
nuns
taught me
was
in
coming.
grammar school. So my 7th grade teacher, my 8th grade
it.
teacher,
I
my
love
3rd
it.
grade teacher.
Oh my God, Pete! I bet you were a very good kid,
He's
right?
obsessed
I
with
was a
nuns.
good kid.
Obsessed with nuns.
Well,
I am
you know-
obsessed with nuns.
Yeah, nuns are pretty cool. They're
He
pretty
came
cool.
out during
love
one of his
nuns.
shows as a nun.
Yeah, but you wouldn't make Pete. I can
did.
see that. I can see it. Well, you're a respectful guy, so you
Thanks.
respect. Yeah,
Yes.
I like that.
Sure.
You're like what my mother would say, ducato. You know what
Mm.
ducato means,
Yeah.
right? Like well behaved.
Oh no!
Like
no,
Peter
no,
was
no.
the kid that was the Peter's ducato. Hang out with him.
Oh,
Don't
okay,
hang out with those
okay.
other crazies
Okay.
because they're not.
You know what the nuns used to do to me in the second
What?
when I was in 3rd grade? The 2nd grade nun would call me down, and she would tell me how bad my brother was,
Oh.
and I would have to go and tell
It
my
was-
mother every day
Oh my
how bad my
God!
brother
Oh
was.
my God!
And
See,
it was so
That's
embarrassing
Catholic.
to me.
I got to tell you,
That's
I was a
horrible.
good
Nice.
student, a very, very good student, but I was always in trouble. So I was in the honor society, but on my report card, the stamp said disrupts class.
I was banned from quiet study. I just told the story recently.
Banned from quiet
Banned
study.
from quiet study. I was not
'Cause you
allowed
were
to
not
go to
quiet.
because I was not quiet in quiet study.
In kindergarten,
Were you the
it's
class
just-
clown?
I wouldn't say that, to be
No,
honest.
I
No,
was.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No.
In kindergarten, Sister Georgina,
I love that.
Sister Mary Georgina was like 9 feet tall,
Right.
and she had these stamps that if
Oh.
you did like the angel stamps,
Oh,
and they
you
were,
were.
and they were like 8 angels, and it went from like excellent with the smiling angel to
I love that.
you can do better. I know you
Oh,
can.
the angel. Oh,
And Anthony Sapienza always got one of those bad
Bad angel.
Bad angel.
angel stamps on his page.
what did the bad angel do?
It was just like poor. You can do better. Try
Peter,
harder.
you have to have the
Um,
angel
we have to
Did he
find
have a
those.
face?
We
Did he have a
to
face? Did he have like
The
what?
angel, it was the
Well, did
same
he look-
angel. It was the same
Oh,
angel.
it would
With-
say.
It was just, it was a just
Okay, so
different
you could
face and-
potentially you're the
Yeah, you could-
same guy.
yes,
you could
you could-
become you could evolve
Absolutely.
into
can.
the greatest
And
angel.
the angel
If
was
you-
only good for one paper or one thing. You know,
Okay.
whatever you turned in next week, you got another angel.
Oh, you so see? What did I say today about? I said you were an angel, and I didn't even
Oh,
know that.
see?
the
You did say it,
concept-
yes.
I said that he was an angel. I did
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
not revisiting that.
Oh my
you
God!
can do better. I know.
I'm not.
you can.
We're getting close
When I
to
was
the end of
the
our show, but I got to
underdog.
tell
Oh,
one quick
okay.
story. So we lived across from our Catholic school when I was in high school, St. Clement's in Medford, and we lived literally across from the school in the rectory. And my dad was a hairdresser, still is. He just retired, but he would cut the nuns' hair. So this is what would happen. They knew. It was like a big secret. They would come over with their habits,
Okay.
and my sister and I were told to go upstairs to go to bed. But then they would take off their habits. This was like a big to do
Right,
because
right.
like what? You never saw them without
Yeah.
their habits. My dad would cut their hair, but then they would all hit the sauce. So my dad
Oh.
and Sister Rena, Sister Nyla, Sister Catherine, they would all drink wine with my dad and get hammered.
Okay.
And they would be partying downstairs, and my sister and I'd be like, "How do they think we can sleep?" But they would be. So the nuns used to party with my dad. That's a crazy story.
That's
I didn't know they could go to the bathroom till I was in the 4th grade
And you saw them.
because we were on a field
Yeah, because
trip and one of
they're
them
like-
went into a bathroom.
They
I
don't.
was
They
like,
float. They don't even have feet, right? They
That's
float.
My grandfather fixed shoes for nuns in his shoe store, which
Oh
is
my God.
in a neighborhood in the Bronx.
That's another thing we have in
And-
common. Nuns.
Yes, we do, nuns. And we were allowed to go fishing in the convent in Long Island because of this.
Wow.
And one day we went, and my father and his friends got drunk, and they were peeing off the side of the
No.
top, whatever.
Oh, terrible.
And the nuns kicked us out. And one of my dad's friends said to me, "She's a dildo."
No.
And I didn't know what it was. I said, well, "What's a dildo?" He said, "A low flying goose."
A loaf.
That's what I thought a dildo was for
That's
many, many years.
And good for you.
And that's because of nuns.
It kept
was
you
better.
safe.
It kept
You
me
didn't
safe.
say
It kept
that.
me angelic. That's a better angel.
Yes.
Thank God
yes.
you didn't say
And so
anything.
to stamp, you were.
I was able to evolve to a better
To a
angel
better
stamp.
stamp.
Yes.
Oh my
Very
God.
Yes.
All right. So let's see. We're getting close to the end of our show. I saw blue in the bowl. You did? Nick Rosa said he saw
Oh,
blue
oh.
in the bowl. Nick. Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
I was diligent
Thank you,
about
Nick.
it. Whoa.
I
I'll have
sort
to go
of
back
felt
and-
like a blue touched one of the yellows, but I didn't want to bring it up because you were being
geez,
so
geez,
nice.
Nick,
Thank you, Nick,
Wow,
for
he's a
patrolling.
hot
Oh,
guy.
I see
Thank
blue
you.
in the
Oh,
bowl.
No, I can't believe
Thank
it.
you for,
Thanks, Nick.
Oh
I
my
got
God.
it. There's a blue in
Thank
the
you
bowl.
for
You
patrolling.
know, I think that Joe put it in there. Joe, did you chop it in there?
I mean,
How would it right on top?
Thank you for patrolling.
Oh, my
the
God.
M&Ms. Nick
Judy,
I
Rosa.
can't believe he saw it. from
Judy
I
there.
love
Mace has
Rosa.
joined us. Hi, Judy. You have to go back and watch the show. It's really good. Okay, Yum, she said. We are getting to the end of our show. I want to say hi to everybody. Stephen Lorenz,
I love Steve
Karen Del Casel, La Lumia from Fordham University. Okay, Amanda.
Karen, my student.
Oh, really?
Love you, Karen.
And Amanda Click. You know Amanda? Hi,
That's
Peter.
my cousin. Hi, Amanda.
Oh, my God. So many great people.
Helene Ryan saying I was so good.
She knew. These are a lot of Paul Sadlick has joined us. So many nice people. We want to. Michael Dion. Hi, Michael Dion.
He's a downtown person.
He's a downtown person and a Jersey guy. So we want to tell you, we're coming to the end of our show.
Yes.
This is What's the Story with Maria. We're here every Tuesday at 9 p.m. We're on Facebook Live, and it goes, you can listen live on armeddigitalmedia.com or armedradioglobal.com, which is Armed Radio. And thank you for Armed Radio, because I wouldn't be here. They are the ones that thought I should do a show and gave me a chance, and I really appreciate it. So thank you to Joe Rocks and Jimmy Bell. And Gina says, these two guys are so cute. I wish the show was longer. I know, Gina.
Who's Gina?
Gina's my cousin who I love. Gina, you got to come to New York, and you got to meet all my friends. If you come to New York, I'll throw a party. And Gina is a party queen.
I know where you live.
Oh, my God.
Well, I mean, not that you live in the studio.
I love her name.
She's wonderful. All right, so leave people with something as a person that works in the arts. Leave them with something if they're watching.
Yes. What I believe about the arts these days is go for it. We all make excuses. We feel like we have to do something else, another job or whatever. And I say, if you have that instinct in you, embrace it and use most of your time going towards your artistic goals. You're serving yourself and the rest of the world.
Beautiful. And I needed to hear that. Thank you very much.
Okay, it's true.
And Peter, what do you want to leave people with?
I think what I want to say is that if you don't have that time and you can't do that, then get out there and go see a show. Go to a cabaret show. Go to the theater. We go to the theater probably every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're there all the time, and we love it. And that's what kind of keeps me going when I can't do the creative thing that I really want to do.
Yeah, because all of it is motion. I'm going to see Boys in the Band tomorrow.
Oh, love it.
Yep, I know, with Susie Campanero and my friend Ed Troy. I know, I'm so looking forward to it. So this is true of art. It always is in motion. You're either participating, but like Peter said, you going. I think we got, how much time we got, Jimmy? I think that means we got about 30 seconds, usually when Jimmy pops on. Okay, so we want to thank everybody. Thank you, Jim Bell. He's our producer and engineer. Thank you, Joe Rocks, who is the bigwig at Armed Radio. Thank you to all of you. Come back every week, 9 p.m. Tuesdays. What's the Story with Maria? We love and appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm honored to be here. It was so much fun.
We're going to eat now. Love you guys.